Thank you all for coming. I want to start off by talking about AI. AI fundamentally is it's the fuel to scale digital transformation. That's why we're talking about AI in almost every booth here. The challenge with AI is that we need to build the foundation for it. And the foundation for AI is data. Data is the oxygen that fuels the AI. So today I'm going to talk about how you can build your data foundation leveraging HighByte and Amazon's web services. And then we're going to talk about a use case, how VIVIX, our customer, our mutual customer, has been able to do this. So a little bit about HighByte. HighByte is a software company based in the United States. We're focused on industrial data ops. We have 6 years thinking about industrial data ops, but we have many, many years thinking about industrial data because our team has deep knowledge and experience with industrial data protocols, working with PLCs, working with SCADA systems, delivering data across the industrial and OT domain. But now we have built experience delivering data across the enterprise, and that's what companies need to do today. So HighByte has customers across a wide range of manufacturing companies, from the automotive OEMs all the way to oil and gas, with pharmaceuticals, food and beverage, and so a wide range of customer base. And we have customers across 24 different countries. But fundamentally, like I said, this is about delivering data and data for AI. So AI can provide lots of different use cases within your company. This is about solving problems for digital transformation. These problems can be on the quality side, they can be on the production side, these can be on the maintenance side, they can be on your supply chain. But in order to deliver on these projects, we need to deliver the data. And the data delivers these, but we can't just deliver small data bits. We need to deliver this at scale. We need to deliver highly maintainable and high quality data, and we need to govern this data. So if we think about why this is so hard, it's hard because we want to get the data into the cloud, and oftentimes companies will start out and they'll look at, well, we have an ERP system and we're already moving our SAP data into the cloud. But they realize that's not good enough. So the next step is, let's look at our MES system. And let's pull the data from the MES system. But again, it's not enough data. It's great data, but we need higher resolution. We need data from our devices. So we go down a level into the OPC and we start collecting all that data. We put some sensors on the factory floor. We're pulling data from different sources. But then we end up with this mess that we've got. We've got lots of different devices, and we need to connect all this up. But not only do we need to establish the connections, we need to contextualize the data. So when we think about contextualizing data, it's building data payloads, where we've established the relationships between data and we've established what the data is. So if you look at the data payload on the right, or on your right, you'll find that you understand what's going on. We're collecting data on a pump. The challenge is that that's not the way that we normally see data in our factory floor systems. We often have the payload on the left-hand side here, where we've got PLC data that's very hard to understand. The only people that really understand are the controls engineers in our factory. We've got data from sensors that we put out on the factory floor to try and collect vibration or temperature and whatnot. And then we've got data in our transaction systems. If we're doing predictive maintenance, we have CMMS data. So we need to combine these data sets together to fully contextualize and deliver usable payloads to the cloud. Again, it doesn't even stop at context. It goes into standards. We need to standardize and normalize this data. This becomes the only way that we can deliver these projects at scale within our enterprise. So fundamentally, we have 3 key problems. We have a connectivity problem, we have a contextualization problem, and we have a standardization and normalization problem. The way that we solve these is to establish a data strategy and a data infrastructure. And that starts with putting data hubs in the factory. to aggregate those connections and move the data efficiently. Now, what does this look like? HighByte provides the HighByte Intelligence Hub to deliver on this data hub strategy. It's able to make connections to all your different systems. It's able to collect that data, transform that data, and deliver it where it needs to be. To work with not only telemetry data, of course that's the basis of most industrial data projects, but you've also got your transactional data, you've got your historical data systems, and pull all that together into a single system that can move data efficiently. But we also need to be able to do this at scale, and we need to be able to do this by our OT team. So it's a low-code environment that merges the workers from both OT and IT to work together in a single system to deliver the data infrastructure. Now, fundamentally, when you go down a level, we're delivering data pipelines. So we're pipelining the data between different systems. So what the Intelligence Hub really is it's a way to deploy and to manage data pipelines. And when we work with our customers, we tell them the key is to identify the use case, or at least the use domain of how you're going to use this data. Are we doing predictive maintenance? Are we solving for quality? Are we solving for traceability? That then defines where we're going to solve the problem, how we're going to contextualize that data, and then where we're going to land that data. Then we go back and start sourcing the data. One challenge that we see with many customers is they start at the source. And they try to let's just move all the data to the cloud, and they rapidly realize that's not a good solution. We need to start with the business domain that we're solving for, and then we work our way back to sourcing the data, contextualizing it, and delivering it efficiently to the target system that needs it. Now, when it comes to the Amazon environment, Amazon has a lot of great services that run in the cloud to drive digital transformation. They're one of the experts in the field at delivering all the services to drive this transformation. But the challenge is many of our industrial systems are still on-prem, and we need to work with this data better. And this is where the Intelligence Hub comes into play. It enables you to collect and curate and standardize and govern your data across the enterprise. Now I want to transition into talking about one of our great customers, VIVIX. VIVIX is a Brazilian glass company. In their facility, they're producing 900 metric tons of glass a day. They undertook a digital transformation project back in 2021 to drive business transformation within their company. By 2022, they had realized that they needed data infrastructure in place, and they started working with Amazon as their cloud vendor and HighByte as the data ops solution provider. VIVIX's key challenges were to drive that digital transformation and to merge and normalize and standardize their data as they're landing it in the cloud. And they were attempting to overcome these challenges and really drive this transformation and balance the efficiency to drive more efficiency within their production line. Now, VIVIX took on this challenge, and they started working with various systems to deliver these data transformations in the data fabric. They wanted to land the data in Amazon's S3. They wanted to do that efficiently, but they needed to source it from the factory floor. So if we zoom in, we can see that they're using the Intelligence Hub in the factory to collect the data from the OPC servers, from the different systems, from SQL databases, and merge this data together, contextualize it, and move it into the cloud. But they're also doing another thing, interestingly, is that they're also deploying the Intelligence Hub in the cloud to be able to federate and to orchestrate data across various cloud services. So they're able to orchestrate it into Amazon services as well as Snowflake services. So it's a very common environment that we see where companies are deploying multiple Intelligence Hubs to federate and to deliver data where needed so that they can instantly put it to use. The benefits that VIVIX has achieved is that they've been able to drive their digital transformation projects, and they've driven the unscheduled downtime. They're driving reduced operational costs. They're driving their business. They're reducing their maintenance. So they're able to drive this through working with HighByte, working with AWS. They're working with Mendix. Mendix is their visualization platform sitting on top of Snowflake and Amazon to deliver these valuable products. Finally, where's VIVIX going? VIVIX is taking this even further. They're looking for the advancements in AI. They're looking for the advancements of autonomous agents. And they see this as a future where they can deliver both autonomous engineers, they can deliver autonomous data to their engineering team and to the operators, and to really be able to deliver the data that they need so that the teams can digitally transform and move the business faster and further. I love this quote from Aristotle because he talks about the agility that he's gained. One of the challenges that you find with AI is that the problems that you solve today lead to new opportunities for tomorrow. But you need a highly agile system and environment in order to be able to react. So it's these new problems that are always going to be coming, and you need to set up that infrastructure and that data architecture to drive that infrastructure, and to be able to have the agility to deliver on these business problems. With that, I'd like to thank you all for coming.